Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and for today's video I'm going to be explaining a few design tips if you are a beginner. Let's start with creating a new Canva, and for this Canva I'm going to be using 2400 pixels wide by 3000 pixels high. If you want to change it to inches, it's going to be 8 inches wide by 10 inches height. Let's use pixels. Let's create. And the first tip that I have for you is if you struggle with aligning everything, or you don't know how to make it an easier way other than just dragging all of the grids from the corner. Let's delete all these. Let's go to view, guides, new guide layout. And over here, as you can tell, I already had this one saved. Take off the columns or put them back in. Same with the rows. You can add more. You can use 3, you can use 4 or 5. I'm going to be using 4. Same with the rows. You can use 4, 3, 2, whichever you think works best for you. And I think for this one, I would like 3. For the margin, is going to be these little corners on the end of your poster, of your Canva. It's more or less kind of a bleed. Always try to make some sort of space in between where the design ends and maybe where probably if something goes wrong with the printing machine, it doesn't cut the design. It just cuts some part of the corner. So I like to put 50 pixels on the margin, so if you will know that my design, it will end right here. The good thing about this one is that you can actually save them. If you like this one, you can change the color of the lines if you would like to, but for me, red works better. If you want to save it, so you don't have to create this exact same one every single time that you go to Photoshop, you can go to preset, save preset, and save it. Let's press OK. And if you want to toggle it off and on again, just press Control Command. If you like to toggle it off and on again, I'll leave the command right here for you. Over here you can toggle it on and off. Let's leave it on for now. Let's bring a photo. Let's try to center it as much as possible. But another quick tip, that's only if you really work with typography. You can just, let's change the color of these, and if you can tell, that's pretty much the grids. If you are going to work with typography or only typography, you can toggle off the layout, and here you will try to align your text as much as possible. But I don't really use this method, that's just a me thing, but you can use it if you like. On this design, the poster, it will go all the way to the corners, so I'm not gonna be using the background that Photoshop comes with. Tip number 2, always name your layers. It doesn't have to be something very specific, but for me, just main photo, main texture, main effect, main text, whatever works best for you. Try to always name your layers. Tip number 3, always, even though I just drag it from my file folder, always try to make every layer that you know you're gonna edit, try to make it convert it into a smart object. Just because, let's say if we go to filter gallery, we add stamped effects and grain effects. Let's say we want it maybe like this. We hit OK. As you can see, the effect it already took place. So you can see that we added an effect over here. But let's duplicate it. Maybe let's duplicate it. Let's rasterize this one. If you wanna change it, let's say you wanna go to filter gallery again. As you can see, it's more powerful and it doesn't really change anything. Let's say we want it like that. It took place, but if you want to edit it, you can't edit just because this layer is rasterized, so we cannot make any edits. Meanwhile, the layer that we have as a smart effect, over here you're gonna see like sub layers with every single edit that you add to the layer. If we press to filter gallery, we can come back over here. Let's say now I don't want the stamp effect, I just want the green effects. We hit OK, and it's right here. If we click filter gallery again, and this time we want to add the stamp effect, we have it again. So over here is going to be every single edit that you add to the layer. Let's say for some reason you want some sort of noise. Let's add some noise. You see it right here. It's going to be right here, and the same thing. You click over here and you can edit the noise of the design. But I don't really add noise when I just use this type of effect into a poster. So we can just add over here what we want. Tip number 4, try to always color this little eye right here. To just like hover over the eye, press right click, and over here you see all of the colors that you can change it to. For the main layer, or the most important layer, I always try to turn it red, just in case. I know that's the most dangerous one, obviously. Say, since this grid over here doesn't add the center line, that's the only one that I'm going to be using, so I know more or less where the middle of the poster is. Over here, let's add some sort of text. For now, let's turn it red, just because it's visible. It's perfect. And let's add some sort of small lyrics. This one, let's make it very small. And you're starting to see how everything works. This is going to be the main text, maybe orange and green. And when it's text, I don't really change the name, just because over here I can already see that this is the main title, because I want Doomsday to be the main title, so I can just see it here. And the small lyrics is just follow whatever is on the lyrics. But I do change the colors over here, just in a way that it makes sense to me. And I want to use some sort of color, and instead, this is just my preference. You can use whichever you find best later on. But tip number 5, adding some colors that you can easily edit. I know there's people that they go over here, solid color, let's say this red, hit OK, and go to multiply. And that works for a lot of people, and you can use it if you wanted to. But for me, and stuff like this poster, I like to use a creative map. Press here, and let's say that whatever is white, I wanted this red. Let's press here, and here let's press on the white. So we're telling the poster that whatever is color white, I want it to be red. Let's change both texts into white. That's perfect. For now, we can just get rid of the grid, since we're not gonna be adding any more text as for now. And I would say tip number 5 is this rectangle over here, that's like a mask. So let's say if you have something very specific, you can just press over here, press on the brush, and over here you can see that there's black and there's white. Whenever you have the black on top here, that means that you're gonna delete from the color or creative map on the mask, as you can see over here. And if you press letter X, you see that it switches, and when it's white, you're gonna add the color or the mask again. But for this poster, I'm not going to be using it, so I just right click, delete layer. And like I was saying before, the good part, or why I like to use this method a bit more than just a solid color, is I can just come over here and tell the poster that whatever is black, I want it to be white or blue or turquoise or bluish or yellow, or whichever color I want to use at that moment. So let's say I want to use yellow and blue. I can easily do that. I can just hit OK on everything and reverse it as I want. Same with the red. I can just reverse it and use it like that or like that. While with the solid color, you will have to change one at a time. So there is no telling the layer that whatever is black, you want it to be another color. You can just change whatever is on the white side, as you can see. Which for some other poster is very, very unique use, and for other it just doesn't work. So I'm just gonna delete this layer and main colors, turn this one blue. And as you see, everything is very organized. Everything is well placed. Over here, if you click on this arrow, you can see all of the filters that we added to the main design, and you can just check how it's looking. And if for some reason you find something that you want to change, you can just click on the filter gallery and do so on the filter gallery. But this part I'm liking, so there's no worries about that. And if you think you're not gonna be using this anymore, you can just press on the main color with shift, press on the main layer, control command G, and that's a group. Let's do main design. We got it over here. Let's change it to red again. And in this group, whatever is on the main design is going to be here. These two, control or command G, text yellow, so we can tell the difference real quick. Let's add some textures. This one right here. For now, let's not add. For now, the main texture is gonna be like that, all until we find more textures that we want to add. So this is going to be the main texture, and whatever texture I add later on, I'm just gonna be texture number 2, texture number 3, so far so forth. And texture number 3, and this is completely up to you. Let's say which texture is the more, like the one that bring the more contrast to the poster. I think it's this one. We can come here to the text, or we can just duplicate it with command J. As you can see, the copy, let's use the copy so we don't have to pretty much rewrite everything. And this one with Alt, you can see this sort of like square and arrow pointing down. That means that this layer will only affect this group right here. And I add it as a group because if, let's say that I had it just here and like over here and try to do that, that means that it will only affect the word Doomsday. Whereas if I have it outside the group, as you can see, the group is right here. That means that it will affect everything that is within the group. So let's do that. Let's press Ctrl I to invert and try to play around with it like in this. As you can see, reverting this texture layer, you can see how this one flows. And the main reason why I reverse it is because it just add to the other one. Like over here you can see the other one, so we reverse it, and the text, since it's white, it gets the dark colors. As you can see, I think maybe about 60 works for me. Let's add one more texture, and this is going to be like the top one, the one that will put everything together, but right now it's way too rough in the eye, so I'm just gonna use some opacity to it, maybe about 10%, and let's just toggle it off. As you can see over here is the area that is more noticeable right here. So we have texture group over here, it'll be yellow, top texture, and this one, since they're all on the top, we can just with shift click, it will click all of them, control command G, and textures. And over here, as soon as you click this arrow, you are going to see all textures. Over here, this one, only thing you can do is revert it here, and since it's a smart object like I was speaking before, over here you're going to see when we inverted it. Let's hide it. On the text, you're going to see all text. On the main design, you're going to see everything that we add to the main design. And if you like to do some sort of post-production and you like to edit the entire design, like colors, add more textures within Photoshop, you can just press wherever you want. So let's say we have the main design here. So if you try to add it, it will add on top of that. But if you just wanna add something on the very top of the design, just click wherever. As long as you don't see that like rectangle, that means that is some sort of layer. So you can just scroll out or hover out of that area, click, and you can see there's no layer pressed. And with Shift, Control, Alt, letter E, we make a poster of everything, as you can see here. We basically took a screenshot of the entire poster and make it a layer. So over here, there's nothing that you can edit. You can go to filter gallery. This is only your, if you like to. Over here, I have texture. So all you have to do is press over here where it says new effect layer, go to texture, and texture. It's not super noticeable, but if you can see around here, it adds some sort of like grainy poster effect to this. It's very subtle, but on the print it looks nice. And later on, when you get the time, you can just start playing around with all of the filters on the filter gallery. But for now, I'm going to be using the texturizer. And this is it for today's video. I hope this video was very helpful for you if you are just starting in Photoshop. Don't get discouraged. Take the time to learn. Take the time to play around with any tools, any software that you're using. I hope this video was helpful for you. Let me know down in the comments if you have any questions or a suggestion of the next type of content that you'd like to see. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.